When the interstellar visitor 3I Atlas first arrived, astronomers around the world felt excitement and awe. Discovered on July 1, 2025, by the Asteroid Terrestrial Impact Last Alert System, ATLAS survey in Chile. This object was immediately confirmed as only the third known interstellar object to ever pass through our solar system. Wikipedia. It came hurtling in on a hyperbolic trajectory, clearly originating from outside our sun's domain. At first it behaved like a comet, a faint coma, perhaps a tail, dust and ice stirred by the sun's warming. Planetary society. But then something weird happened. And this is what made scientists sit up and question everything. Reports began to emerge that 3I Atlas was not acting like a standard comet or asteroid. Its tail orientation shifted from an anti-tail pointing toward the sun to a more conventional tail pointing away. IFL science. Its brightness and color changed. It started to emit unusual amounts of nickel outgassing, and speculations about its slowing down or anomalous acceleration entered the public and scientific discourse. New York Post. Then the phrase "suddenly stopped moving" began to circulate. Not in the sense that the object came to a complete halt in space, that would violate physics, but in the sense that its motion, brightness and characteristic behavior dramatically altered, defying expectations. Observatories noted deviations in its trajectory, unusual jet activity, and a stalling of the normal cometary evolution we'd expect as it approached perihelion. Why is this so shocking? Because every object we've seen coming from outside our solar system, like 1I Oumuamua and 2I Borisov, behaved in ways we could at least rationalize as natural. But with 3I Atlas, the more we looked, the more anomalies piled up. The sudden halting of expected behavior triggered a flurry of investigation inside NASA and in the broader astronomical community. NASA's own science site described 3I Atlas as an interstellar comet, still being studied for its size and composition, but emphasized how little we know. NASA science. So what exactly happened? As 3I Atlas moved inward toward its closest approach to the Sun on or around October 29, 2025, it entered a region of intense solar heating and radiation. One would expect its activity to ramp up. More sublimation of ices, stronger jets, a brighter tail, increased motion from outgassing forces. Instead, scientists saw a plateauing or even slight reduction in motion and brightness changes that didn't match standard models. Some telescopes captured the anti-tail phase, a tail pointing toward the sun, which is rare, followed by a tail reversal. IFL science. At the same time, spectroscopy showed unexpected chemical signatures. Large amounts of carbon dioxide, cyanide, nickel complexes, and a surprising lack of expected iron content. These signs spurred speculation that the object might not be purely natural. New York Post. In short, 3I Atlas appeared to slow or change course. Its behavior diverged from natural expectations, and NASA, along with multiple observatories, was forced to confront the possibility of something truly novel. Some researchers asked, could it be an alien probe? Could we be witnessing a technological artifact? not just a wayward comet. Controversial though the idea is, the anomalies surrounding 3I Atlas were enough to raise it in serious discussion. Space. From NASA's perspective, this prompted urgent action. The agency and its partners launched observation campaigns with multiple space and ground telescopes, from the James Webb Space Telescope to the Hubble Space Telescope, and even orbiters near Mars and Jupiter that could intercept or capture images of the object as it made its flyby. Planetary Society. Scientists raced to gather data before it plunged behind the Sun, solar conjunction, and temporarily disappeared from view. CBS News. But the stopping moment really crystallized when the predicted outgassing-driven acceleration didn't show up as expected. Typically, as an icy comet warms, the jets of gas act like tiny thrusters, altering the object's velocity and spin. For 3I Atlas, while some outgassing was observed, the expected acceleration wasn't. Some observations claimed non-gravitational motion inconsistent with simple sublimation models. Medium. Coupled with the tail reversal and chemical oddities, the situation became something scientists labeled weird, meaning the object no longer behaved like an easily categorized comet. What happened next shocked NASA and the astronomical community. Not only did 3I Atlas continue its inward journey, but it began to change its physical appearance in surprising ways. Reports emerged of color shifts, from red to green hues, suggesting a rapid change in dust or gas properties. New York Post. Observers noted one threshold behavior. Certain volatile emissions surged only when a minimum temperature was reached, suggesting a switch-on mechanism rather than a gradual ramp. This lends support to speculation that the object is undergoing a major transformation, perhaps revealing previously hidden structure, material, or mechanisms. Astronomers scrambled to model what could cause such behavior: unusual composition, prior processing in another star system, even internal heat sources or engineered systems. Meanwhile, NASA scientists had to grapple with the implications. If 3I Atlas truly devied ordinary physics of comets, then our understanding of interstellar objects and the population of small bodies in the galaxy must be revised. It also raises hard questions about how to classify such objects, how to monitor them, and whether we are prepared for something genuinely unknown entering the solar system. NASA's asteroid and comet trackers shifted attention to 3I Atlas, not just as a visitor, but as a potential system breaker. The shock was not only scientific, but also philosophical. For decades, interstellar objects were rare and mysterious, but still within the realm of rock, ice, dust. What if one is partially technological or possesses internal structure unlike our comets? What if it deliberately slowed down to enter a bound orbit? Some investigators pointed to calculations showing the object's plane was favorable for accessing Earth's orbit and suggested a low probability but non-zero chance of an artificial origin. SYFY. NASA, however, emphasized caution. Extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence, and the data so far are intriguing but inconclusive. Space. As 3I Atlas moves past perihelion and begins its outward journey, the urgency is high. Each moment of observation is fleeting. The object's solar proximity hides it from view for weeks during conjunction. Then it will fade as it recedes. NASA and other agencies are preparing for follow-up, tail structure, ion emissions, and possible encounters with spacecraft tails or solar wind interactions. The stopping behavior may hold clues to its origin, internal structure, and future trajectory, whether bound or hyperbolic. If the motion remains anomalous, it could challenge our classification of interstellar visitors forever. For the public, the shock lies in what this means: that our solar system isn't just a roadway for random rocks from other stars, but potentially a testing ground or waypoint for something far stranger. NASA, once focused on natural objects, now must keep open the possibility of the unknown. The case of 3I Atlas has triggered a paradigm shift. Scientists must not only ask, "What is this?" but "What could this be?" In conclusion, 3I Atlas may have stopped moving in the sense that its behaviors, the acceleration, brightness, tail direction, have suddenly altered, diverging from expectations for a comet. And what happened next? The data gathering, the tail reversal, the color shift, the chemical anomalies, the internal debate about artificiality has stunned NASA and the world. This mysterious visitor from beyond our solar system is teaching us something profound: that the cosmos still holds surprises we're unprepared for. We may be witnessing the first real door-opening event into a new class of celestial phenomenon, one that forces NASA and humanity to ask deeper questions about the nature of objects from the stars. Watching 3I Atlas may be one of the most important astronomical events of our era, and the shock it has delivered may be only the beginning.